it's Jennifer Vetza from Belladonna's Botanicals, and I figured since I just finished up recording all my monthly membership videos for the YouTube channel and our newly relaunched Patreon, I will have links below. And also, I think you can just click join. I think it's on every video and on the channel if you want to become a member of the channel. So I do every month now, since I think I started in August, making the videos, is I do an oracle reading every month for members at the oracle tier and higher, a Reiki healing session for anyone at the Reiki healing or the Reiki love, I think, tier or higher, and then a crystal healing session for the crystal healer. And one of the things I included with that is if you are at the crystal healer level, you get also the Reiki healing and the oracle reading as well. So it's not just one perk per thing. So, and there's also shop discounts and whatever, and other things too. So one of the cool things I do with the crystal healing session is I create a crystal grid, and you'll often see me upload shorts of some of the grids I do on YouTube and also on TikTok. And that goes on my main altar for the entire month. So obviously I live in a magically active environment, and, it just, to keep that energy and abundance, or whatever the intention is for the month going. It's on my altar for the entire month. So, that's an added benefit. So anyways, business shop talk aside, at least for that part, I just want to give a little bit of an update because it's been a hot minute. I haven't really made a whole lot of videos because most of the videos I've been doing have been for the membership stuff, and I haven't done a whole lot public on my channel, and hopefully I will change that soon. As you can tell by my demeanor, from things I posted last summer, I was in a really bad depression, major depressive cycle, and that started to lift. Did a medication change, and one of the things I want to talk about this a little because it kind of fits in a little bit with the spirituality as well, and I am just being a lazy shit on my sofa right now. Pardon the lack of magical background, although there's some plants and crystals in the window. Neglected plants from an herbalist. Should be ashamed, but anyways. So I've started doing ketamine treatments because I have treatment-resistant depression, and I started working. I do them through a website called Mind Bloom. I do them at home. It's oral, and it's much more affordable because they also have payment plans than the other ones, because IV ketamine infusions aren't covered by insurance, and they're like thousands of dollars, and the nasal ketamine Spravato is covered by insurance, but it doesn't, because you need to be monitored if you're doing it at that place, at that location. You have to stay there for an hour, for like 2 hours, and transportation to and from, yakety schmackety. That part's not covered, and that's also thousands of dollars. So you can do this in the comfort of your home. So I am on the 5th out of 6 ketamine treatments for this cycle, and it's been really working really well. I have I would say, what I was feeling over the summer, that has been alleviated pretty significantly. I feel back, most of the time to my normal levels of energy and productivity. My sleep's fucked up, but it's always been fucked up. I'm trying to work on that. But it's ketamine's interesting, as far as, you know me. I mean, with the flying ointments and all that, and I like entheogenic herbs and psychedelics and things like that, as medicine in a way. And looking at ketamine, it's like Special K, like it used to be a party, people took it for a party drug and stuff like that, and I'm like, I can't imagine being on ketamine and being like at a club. I think it would just be weird. But it's it's interesting because it's kind of like taking a trippy nap. It's very much like it opens up the neuroplasticity in your mind to make you a lot, to kind of create new connections and new pathways, and it helps with depression and anxiety. But the interesting thing that I found with it is there's also like a spiritual component to it as well, because I've had different things happen and different experiences that are related to my spirituality. Like on my first ketamine treatment, which was at a lower dose, at some point I ended up in the temple of Anubis. um Although I think it was Horus that was there. I'm not super well versed in Egyptian mythology, but or the pantheon, but yeah, I was in the temple of Anubis at some point. Various, I think Lucifer appeared in like a draconian, sort of in a draconian form as a dragon. I've had lengthy conversations with my spirit guides. um and it's interesting because it's like I can feel that, it's changed my consciousness on a different level, and it's definitely helped with the depression, which I am very thankful for, because I depression's a rough beast, and mine is a beastie beast. But anyways, so yeah, I've been doing a lot better on that. I am halfway through getting all the procedures done for my back problems, which should help increase my mobility and chronic pain, hopefully, fingers crossed. Um, so in order for insurance to cover it, and by the way, I fucking hate insurance by this point. Um, I had to do 2 different sessions, um, where they do a nerve block. And so basically you get a bunch of injections in your spine, and the nerve block lasts like, I don't know, 12-ish hours. So to see if it works, to see if you get pain relief and stuff like that. Mostly I was just tired, and also like, ow, I just had a bunch of needles stabbed in my back, so I don't know how much pain relief you're expecting me to get, but I got enough. But ended up being way more expensive than I was hoping, but after insurance. But on Monday I'm getting the first spinal ablation, so they uh it's of the nerves in my lower back, so hopefully that will help with the pain receptors around there. And then in December they do the one side at a time, so I think I'm getting the left side done, because of course first, and then the right side in mid-December. So hopefully that'll be helping. And that's all for my health and wellness updates. You know, I've been, I guess, kind of circle back a little bit on that is, I feel like when I was in the throes of depression, like I just couldn't, like it just saps your creativity. And, I didn't really release all that much over the summer. I just was very lethargic and, you know, unmotivated and whatnot. So I've been starting to release new products regularly again. And I have a bunch designed. I'm just trying to, get through all of them, because it's always a battle of, balancing finances, supply chain issues, if things are not in stock, or taking longer than expected to get to you. And then, restocking things. Because as I learned very regrettably last year, with when it comes to tax time, is that I get taxed for all the inventory I have on hand as cash on hand. And then I get taxed again when it sells, which I don't quite understand. but I have accountants and they handle it all for me. So yeah, I got royally screwed on that last year because well, also that I had to do a lot of inventory cleanup because I just had everything in my, all the inventory in my database. I hadn't cleaned it up in years, and it was very off. We corrected that this year, so hopefully I shouldn't have as many tax issues as I had last year, but still I've been more mindful to not have excessive stock on hand, because being that, we're ending, we're coming on the last 2 months of the year, is that, I don't want to close out the year with, oh, hey, we're taxing you at having, $50,000 in cash on hand. The fuck, I have $50,000 in cash on hand. But that's in between, the materials that I use to create products, and then any finished products that haven't sold by the end of the year. So I've found that giving them updated inventory reports every quarter has helped with that a little bit, because what fucked me last year was that, yeah, it was like at the end of the year, in addition to the sales I had for December, it showed me as having a, $50,000 cash on hand, due to the inventory between materials and products that I had in stock at that point in time. And I learned that lesson. And my cats are about to have a battle royale behind my laptop. They're doing the slow tap, and Corey has got his like asshole face on. It is hysterical. Well, that was very anticlimactic. Moon jumped behind the television, and Corey's like, "I just had to get behind there." Anyways, cats aside, yeah, so that's just kind of like a little life update. Things are going pretty well. Aside from, medical expenses and whatnot. This year was kind of crappy in a lot of ways for me personally. Obviously, the impact of inflation and like gas being like $5 a gallon and all that shit, and the economy tanking and yakety schmackety. That hit, like business stuff hard. I mean, I know I wasn't spending as much on frivolous things as I used to, or, luxury items or whatever. So, there was sales fluctuated in a lot of ways. Like there were months that should have been higher that were down, and then, then it was higher in months that usually were down. And I don't know. I probably will close out the year roughly where I ended last year, which all things considered is better than nothing, because I like what I do. I'm good at what I do. So anyways, I'm trying to think if there's anything else on the update front. Business stuff. Make sure to get your holiday orders in. Check the thing. Make sure to get your holiday orders in on time, because you never know with the with the post office. With things being delivered and whatnot. If there's any delays, I mean, I haven't seen anything. I mean, international is always kind of crazy. It depends. Like if you're willing to pay more for UPS or FedEx International, it's definitely worth it, because you'll actually get what you order. Like I've had to restrict shipping to different countries just because like things were just not getting through. I'm like, there's no point in me sending stuff to India that's never going to get there. Or South Africa. Yeah, South Africa is like, I swear everything I've sent to South Africa in the past 3 years comes back to me a year to a year and a half later. It never reaches its destination or the people. The only way I was able to get something to South Africa was sending it via FedEx, which was very expensive. So yeah. Other parts of Africa are fine. I send things to Botswana and Uganda, Kenya, a few other places. I don't really have any issues with that. I don't know. I don't know. Um, anyways, I'm gonna wrap up because the cats are now about to have a fight behind the television set, which I can only see their feet from under the TV set, so I'm trying to imagine what they're doing, and tails flailing out. But anyways, have a good one. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. And if you're interested in becoming a member of our YouTube channel or Patreon, the links will be below. And I've been producing some pretty good content for it. I've actually, some technical glitches aside, I don't know why, but Zoom doesn't pick up like sounds. Like I use like the tinctures or like a rattle or something. It just completely emits the sound. I'm like, well, that's weird. I have to look into the settings for that. I was using OBS for a while, and OBS is just a giant pain in the ass. It's like, I'm going to record the video, and then suddenly there's no audio. I'm like, cats, oi! Corey, your tail is so loud. Anyways, before my cats have a melee and knock my TV over, I'm gonna get going. Have a good one. Love y'all.